Please sit down. This is our camelback sofa, very old style, traditional. Our sofas are very well constructed. They have the hardwood frame. They have what we call a no-sag spring system, which will allow your cushions to sink into the sofa. This is a velvet material. We have several colors to choose from. We also have some cottons. Which fabric were you interested in?
Looking for sofas today? Our sofas, our top quality sofas, they have a solid hardwood construction frame. The springs on the inside are zigzag springs that are heavy gauge metal and have Teflon coated clips attaching them to the frame. So you don't have sags with the spring construction. Also no squeaks. The noises, the squeak noises will never occur with the Teflon coating. There's many different velvets in stock. Cotton prints. You can order what you want as far as velvets, cottons. There's several swatches to choose from. All have a fabric content book that we have. You need to get familiar with that so that you'll know what each fabric has in it, also how it can be cleaned. Most of the fabrics have been Scotch guarded. If they're not, it's already built in. It's just things that will tell you on the fabric content book. Also, we have love seats, chairs to go with these. You can get a matching, mix match your pillows, mix match your chair with your sofa and love seat. Special orders we have available, again, through the swatches. It takes about 4 to 6 weeks.
When you're selling sofas, the most important thing to do is be enthusiastic. The sale prices are going to only be good through Saturday. You want to make sure the person gives you a commitment on the sofa, whether it's a layaway or a contract or just purchase the sofa. Make sure the customer sits in it and tells you how comfortable it is. Ask them, how does that feel? Is it firm enough? Is it soft enough? Do you like the way the fabric feels? Then be sure that you point out that the chair is available, that there's a love seat, you can get a sleeper, and then start to qualify the customer on the color and how the arrangement's going to be in their home. When you do all that, you'll put a mental picture in the customer's mind of how they want their living room to look with these pieces. One of the final things, after they've made a selection on the sofas, try to get the add-on sale. Try to get the end table, the coffee table, a floor lamp or something. Just another thing to build the ticket.
If someone comes in for the ice box, it's generally they've seen the ad in the paper or a friend of theirs told them about it. An ice box is an item you shouldn't spend much time on. You should go over the features that it does have a solid oak top. It has a raised panel front and side, brass hardware, and it's an excellent value for the money. Generally, the ice box is used for around the end table for the sofa or the bedroom. You can get 2 because that is what they'll be using it for. When someone comes in for the ice box, it's very important to ask them to walk around the store and look at the other items. Don't just let them come in and walk out with an ice box. They might spot something else they need. If they don't need it today, they will need it in the future.
This is our icebox, small one-door icebox that you were asking about. Is this about the right size?
I think so.
Good color for you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How many of these did you want?
I think just one.
Just one? You want to put one on each side of the bed or the sofa?
I was going for my sofa.
The sofa? Okay. These are great for storing magazines inside. You sure you don't want 2?
I don't think so at this time. Do you have anything larger than that?
Sure do. In fact, over here we've got a larger one. It's just a bigger piece. It's great for TVs. You have a portable TV? It's perfect. You can have the same look throughout your house. End table, something to set your TV on. Here's the coffee table that matches it perfectly. We have clothes hampers. You put them upstairs in the bedroom and by the bathroom. One that you can use as a bar. Out of these, you think you want this one and the one for the TV?
I think so.
Possibly the coffee table too.
Not this time.
But you did see it. You like the way it looks?
Mm-hmm.
Great. While you were here, did you see anything else you liked?
I haven't really looked around.
Well, do take a minute and look around, and I'll go ahead and get these reserved for you, and then we'll walk around and see if you see anything else you like.
Okay.
Is this your first time in?
Sure is.
Great. I'm glad you came in. Be sure to look at these things. Try our chairs out. Open up the tables. Open up the desks. Make yourself at home. I'll be right back with you.
This is a little ice box that we run in our ads. It's on sale right now. It's never been priced this low before. It's about half of what you could buy it for anywhere else. This thing is solid oak. You're talking about this kind of price for a solid oak product. It is probably the greatest thing going right now. It's all brass hardware, and you open the thing up, you got plenty of room for records, stereo, you put your TV on top. A lot of people make them as a bar. My wife keeps one in the kitchen, keeps potatoes in it because it keeps them up and keeps them dry. How many do you want today? And that's about all you have to say about ice boxes. They're a great little item. People will come in just asking you for them. And the main thing to do once they're there is show them around the store, give them a chance to buy something else, a table lamp, find out where they're going to use them. Do they need the matching coffee table or the clothes hamper? We have a lot of different ice boxes, a lot of different reasons. If you'll ask what they're wanting to use this one for, you may find out that there's another one that works a little better and you can upsell them and make a little bit more money, a little larger ticket.
Before making the table presentation, it's very important to qualify the customer and make sure they are interested in the table before spending a lot of yours and their time on it. I suggest that on everyone's floor they should have a 48-inch table without a leaf in it and the leaf close to it in their store to make the proper presentation. When you've decided this is what they want, a table, bring them over to the 48 and start the demonstration. It's very important during the demonstration that you start pointing out the fact that it has a bar top lacquer, which is a moisture resistant lacquer. They can set a cold glass hot coffee cup on there and it will not white ring or water spot. Our tables are very well constructed. They are solid oak. It's very important to point out, show the customer there is no particle board inside the tabletop itself. Our tables have what's called the rack and pinion equalizer system. That way they can open and shut it very easily by themselves. Has the metal here, also the wooden guide system. The tables, when shut, they will lock very well with the buckle locks. They also have what's called the clip locks. The clip locks will keep the table very level with or without the leaf in it. It will lock there again with or without the leaf in it. The mounting block on our tables are solid oak also. The tables, when shut, will shut very smooth. You should shut it and then lock it up, showing the customer how it will shut. They are very well routed around the edges. We have the tables in light or dark finish. During your qualification, you should ask, this table is light. Is that the color you had in mind? Once you shut the table together, you should say, this is our 48-inch round table. With the 24-inch leaf in it, it will seat 6 people without 4. Is that how many people you would like to seat? If not, you can go smaller or larger. That's why I feel the 48 is the most important table to demonstrate. Also, it is our most popular table. It'll fit just about anyone's needs. Once you've demonstrated the tabletop, the locking system, it's good to let the people know it does have a support system inside. It does have a full skirt around the table itself and then again on the leaf. Then you go to the pedestal. The pedestal is very well turned. We have the ball and claw leg, empire leg, several legs to choose from. Those can be some of your closings by letting the people look at the leg and ask them if this is the leg they had in mind. Once you've qualified them on the table, go automatically to a chair, assuming they have bought a table. Never ask them, is this the table they want? Ask them, is this the color, the size, or the style of leg they want? That way you can go on and just assume they have bought it. On the table itself, on the leg, we do have a leveler adjuster system that will screw down, leveling the table to any floor, whether the floor is warped or not. It's very important to get the customer down to see the leg, see the pedestal, see the skirting. Getting the customer involved will always help you in your sales process. After demonstrating the table, it's best to grab a Windsor chair or a pattern back chair and say, well, this is our Windsor style, this is our pattern back style. Which of these two styles did you have in mind? Qualify them on a style of chair before making your presentation on the particular chair. Don't waste your time or theirs. Say they want the Windsor chair. Take the chair, show them how well it's built. It has a nice arch to the back. The back has the runners, which will, if the person tends to lean back, it will support the back of the chair, not loosening it right here. Take the chair there again, turn it over, show the people how the back of the chair comes all the way through. Here it is wedged and waxed. It's a nice solid oak seat. The chairs, all the legs do recess into the seat itself. The runners and struts in the chairs keep the legs very strong, keeping the legs from broadening out and loosening up. All of our chairs have a 10-year warranty, which is an excellent qualifying statement asking the people, did they want something of value, something that was going to last a long time. Surely if it has a 10-year warranty, we feel it will last at least 50 to 100 years. It's an excellent old style, looks like the old antiques, but there again, it's a brand new chair. It has the good lacquer, stain and lacquer finish on it. On the pattern back chair, the features are a little different than they are on the Windsor. It has the side supports, which are screwed into the seat and into the back of the chair. If someone has a tendency to lean back, that will support the back of the chair. Show the people the detailed design, have them feel it. It is carved into the chair itself. Our chairs there again have the solid oak seat. On the pattern backs, usually the struts, runners in between are a little different. They have more, they're not quite as thick as they are on the Windsor style, but there are more of them holding the chair there again from the legs spreading apart. The back of the chair on the pattern back still comes all the way through. This chair here is what's called our colonial style. It has a nice smaller pattern, but from there, you might see if they want this style, ask them if they do. If they want to see something else, you may want to show them the next step up, which would be our single press horn of plenty chair. On it, the difference of the two chairs is the pattern is a much larger pattern. There's a little bit more detail. That is mainly the difference of the dollars of the two chairs. A little bit more detail. The top ears come up, hanging the coat. The runners and things are basically all the same. When presenting a chair after the presentation, it's always best to ask the customer, sit in the chair, show them how comfortable it is, how nice it is, and the fact that it will last forever. And be an antique of the future, they get to start it. Okay, once you've determined that they do want a table and chairs, let's say they've determined they want a Windsor style. You may show them this one or this one. The country Windsor chair is a very small chair, basically a kitchen item, or if they want to buy strictly on price. The features of the two are basically the same. The pinwheel is just a much larger chair. Once you've decided, they've said, yes, this is the chair I like better, just assume they've bought it, or ask them, which color did you like that in, or did you want 4, or did you need 2 armchairs? The armchairs are built very well. They're very heavy. This one has a very thick back, larger seat, just a little bit bigger chair. On your closing, there again say, well, did you need 4 chairs or were you needing 6? Just assume that they've bought this chair after they said this is the style they like, and go on in your presentation of armchairs or just the 4 side chairs there again, or a color they need. On the pattern back, you've got several styles of pattern backs to choose from. The basic structure is the same in all of them. The only real difference is the detail in the pattern, or maybe the size of the pattern. This colonial chair has a very detailed but small pattern, a very popular chair of ours. From there you might want to go to a large single pattern horn of plenty. It has the larger pattern than the colonial, a little bigger, a little bit more detail. Our bigger pattern backs are what's called a double pattern. We have the pattern up here, we have the pattern down here. The basic construction is overall the same. This chair may seem to be a little bit more comfortable because it hits the bottom of your back arches, and then your back hits the top again. This is probably one of our larger and very popular chairs, mainly for someone with a large dining room or a multi-leaf table. Will generally want to go to a double pattern chair.
You were looking for a pattern back chair?
Yes.
Okay, this is one of our pattern back chairs. It's a smaller pattern back that is a very nice pattern. Do you like this chair?
Oh, I'd like to look at your others.
Okay, before we do that, let me show how these chairs are constructed. All of our pattern back chairs have this stretcher bar here, and the importance of that is, even though your mother told you not to, we all lean back in chairs. When we do that, it puts a lot of stress on the back. The stretcher bar here is taking away the stress off the back and putting it into the seat. Do you like that idea? That's a good idea, don't you think?
Bet.
Now, underneath the chair, it is lacquered. It's very important when you deal with solid wood to lacquer the bottom of the chair, because then you eliminate the possibility of too much humidity and no cracking, no splitting. Also, the back of the chair comes completely through the bottom. Can you see that? Mm-hmm. It is hot wax glued, which is very good, strong glue, and then set with a wedge. The wedge acts like the head of a hammer. It will not allow the back of the chair to pull back through the bottom of the chair. You understand that? Mm-hmm. Great. Also, these stretchers underneath the supports of the legs have been glued with the same glue they use in the back and then set with a nail. You see the little nail hole? And that's just to assure that they're not going to come apart. Once you come try this chair out, just sit down in it. Isn't that nice?
Very comfortable. Now, is this solid oak?
That is solid oak.
And what type of warranty do you have on it?
All of our chairs have a 10-year warranty. It is a factory warranty. It's not something that we just made up and offer in our store. It is factory backed. Doesn't that feel good? Mm-hmm. We do have other chairs available. Here's a nice pattern chair. A little taller pattern. The same features of the stretchers and underneath are exactly the same on all of our chairs. So is the warranty. And do you like this chair a little better?
Very pretty.
Good. Now I have one other chair I'd like to show. It's this one. Still the same features, however it has two patterns. A little more elegance, a little nicer chair. Now of these three, which do you like the best?
I think the third.
The third. And you'd be needing 6 chairs?
I think so.
Think so? Great. What size table?
What size do you have?
We have 36, 42, 48, and 54. All have leaves. We
Which is
can
best fit 6?
6, you could get a 48-inch table with a 24-inch leaf, which holds 6 very comfortably. Also, the 54-inch table will give you room to add 3 to 4 chairs.
I think I'd like to look at the 48.
Sure, great. This is our Windsor style. This is one of the really nice chairs, good price point on this chair. The construction of the Windsor chairs, again, people like to lean back in the chairs. Now, they put 2 stretchers in the back here supporting the top. And when you lean back in a chair without these pieces, you're going to be putting a lot of stress on the back and it's going to be coming away. With these 2 pieces, it takes care of that. Now, underneath, the bottom is lacquered. It's going to take care of any cracking and splitting you have. Also, the back of the chair comes completely through on both sides. It's hot wax glued and set with a wedge. The wedge is going to keep the back of the chair from coming back through. It's much better than a screw or a nail. A nail will pull right out and a screw will work loose. The stretchers supporting the legs are glued with the same glue and set with a nail. Now, I'd like for you to come and sit in this chair so you can judge the comfort. How's that feel? You like that?
Very nice.
Okay, great.
It tends to be a little small for my dining room. Would you have anything larger?
Sure. We have...
This would be like a kitchen chair.
Okay. Here's a larger chair. It's a heavier chair, a little taller. The construction is the same. The 2 pieces in the back underneath is exactly the same. It has a little pattern in the middle. Is that appealing? Mm-hmm. Great. Come sit in this chair.
Yeah, it's much nicer.
Yeah.
The larger chair. Feels a little better on the back.
Great. How many of those chairs would you like?
I think I'll need 6 chairs.
Great. How about an armchair? Have you thought about armchairs?
I think so for myself, yes.
Okay. Let me show you an armchair here in this style. Very nice. The same pattern. Of course, armchairs are a little taller, generally is made. The arms come around. This piece wraps around the back. Now, the construction on an armchair is basically the same, but just a little bit different. They bring the support of the arms through the bottom. And also, it's done exactly the same as the back of the chair is on this chair. Hot wax glued and set with a wedge. Underneath, the stretches are still wax glued and nailed. But when they do it here from the arm, if you happen to lean back in your chair, it's still taking the stress off the back because it all blends into the back here. Now sit in this chair. I think you'd really like this chair. And support the small of your back really well.
A little larger.
Yeah. Now you could get 2 of those and 4 of the side chairs.
I think that would be good.
Great. And we can show you the tables that these will go with.
Right.
Super. And here's our tables. Our tables are solid oak. They have an alcohol-based bar top lacquer, which means that you can set a glass of ice water, a glass of pop, a glass of milk right on it. The condensation that's left behind will not ring or spot your table. It's very important. Also, a coffee cup you can set directly on here, and it's not going to lift the lacquer off or spot your table either. You like that idea? That's a good idea.
Sounds like a very durable finish.
It really is. It's just like the plastic top tables, the Formica top tables. However, you don't have the particle board field. And you can see that this is solid oak. Did you touch these tables? Have you felt how they feel, the grain patterns and all?
Very smooth.
Yes, very nice. Also, inside we use, or the table company uses, clip locks. These replace dowel pins. These are interlocking clip locks. They lock together. It levels the top of your table, with or without the leaf. And dowel pins will fall out. These won't. Also, you have a locking system that's on the table and on the leaf, and we can better see it back here on the leaf. It's like a toolbox lock. It locks the table together with or without the leaf, so if you want to vacuum under the table and you want to drag it out of the way, it's not going to come apart on you. That's very important for that. Now we can also see, just like the chairs, our tables are lacquered underneath. Again, with solid wood, you have to lacquer the bottom side pieces. So it's lacquered underneath, it's reinforced underneath, so it's going to be very tight. Also, the tabletop is reinforced underneath, and you can see that here. One very nice thing is the rack and pinion gear system we have. What that'll do, both sides of the table open and close at the same time. So there's no more open this side, run around, open that side, and stick the leaf in. The other side is an equalizer, 3 slides of wood on each other. Your plate is solid oak. The pedestal is solid oak. It's hollow to attach your legs. The legs are solid oak. And they have adjusters on the bottom so you can level your table up any way you like it. A lot of times slab floors, even wood floors, are not quite level, but you don't have milk running down one side. Now, if you give me a hand, we'll put this leaf in. You can see how it fits together. It's a heavy leaf because it is solid oak. And just line those up and put it together. And then you can lock it underneath. You find it? Mm-hmm. And this side just comes right together. It's very quick and very easy, so if someone comes in unannounced and you've got dinner ready for them, just put your chairs around. Now this is what we were talking about back when we were talking about 6 chairs. This is a size that holds 6 very comfortably. You have a person here and here on both sides and one on the ends. You like this size?
I think so.
I think this will accommodate you very well?
Yes, I do.
Okay, great. So this table and those chairs we looked at before, how are you going to pay?
What type of financing do you have available?
Great. We have 90 days with no interest, which means you have free financing for 90 days. You have the furniture free for 90 days. At this particular time, it's income tax return before you pay, and that's great. You want to fill out an application?
I think so.
Great. These are our tables, or this is one of our tables. Now this table, all of our tables, have a bar top lacquer. The bar top lacquer is an alcohol-based lacquer that resists the moisture rings and heat rings. So a glass of pop, milk, ice water, the water that's left behind from condensation on the glass is not going to spot or stain your table, so you don't have the white rings all over your table. Also, a coffee cup is not going to hurt the lacquer at all either. You can set your coffee cup directly on here. When you're eating a dinner, you don't have to have placemats or tablecloth. It's a very durable lacquer, very dense lacquer. It's just like the tables that are plastic tops, the Formica tops, and particle board filled, but you don't have the particle board and plastic. It's very nice. Do you like
Any veneer at all?
No veneer. No veneer at all. You can feel the grain. You can feel the wood of it. Go ahead. Touch this. Wood has a feel to it.
I don't see a leaf in this.
This has a leaf. It's hidden. It's not really hidden, but it's a tight fit. From right here is the leaf. It's a 24-inch leaf. Let me take the leaf out and show you the features of the table and also how the table closes down and the size of that. If you'll help me, there's two latches underneath. Did you find them? Mm-hmm. Okay. And then just take your hand over here and pull it apart.
It's like a heavy leaf.
It is. It's a solid oak leaf, and it's, of course, oak is heavy, so it's not very light, but it's not too heavy for one person to do. Now, we'll show you the points of the leaf in a second, but this table closes down to a 48-inch round table. It's very nice for 4 people. If you only have 4 in your family, this is a great size to leave. It doesn't take up much room in your or in your dining room. Now, you can get 5 to 6 around this table too. But as far as the table on the inside, you can see that it's solid oak. We use metal clip locks instead of wooden dowel pins. Wooden dowel pins fall out and break, and a lot of times don't line up exactly right. These are interlocking clip locks. They line the table up very nice, and it's on the leaf. You can see them a little better here, how they're attached and how they go, and there's quite a few. So it's a good locking system. Does that sound like a good idea?
Sure does.
Okay. Also, while we're here, this is a lock that locks the table together with or without the leaf. There's a series of 2 on the leaf and 2 on the table. So you can lock your table together round, or you can lock it together with the leaf. You might want to move your table out of the way to vacuum underneath, and if you do so, it's not going to just pop apart on you. Now, the nice thing also is we have lacquering on the underneath side of the table, just like the chairs. So you don't have to deal with cracking or splitting, and that's very important with solid wood. It's also reinforced. There's several points of reinforcement underneath the table. It's also down here on the table. Now, we have a metal rack and pinion gear system. It opens and closes both sides of the table at the same time. Isn't that nice? Mm-hmm. So Mom can do it. She can open and close the table. Actually put the leaf in if you call and say, well, we'll bring John home for dinner, and she'll have it all ready by the time you get there. On the other side, there's 3 slide wood equalizer. It just equalizes this action. In fact, you might want to push this table together yourself, just see how easily it goes.
Seems like the gears work very well.
They do. They work real well. Now then, your plate, which attaches the table to the pedestal, is oak. Your pedestal is solid oak. The legs are solid oak with adjusters on the bottom. With the adjusters, you can level the table out, because a lot of times slab floors are not quite level, but your table will be with those adjusters. Do you like this size? Would it be a good size for you?
Is this the only size you have?
No, I have other sizes. We have a 42 with a 20-inch leaf, which holds 6, and 6 is about as many as you'd want to put around that table. This will hold 6 to 8. Then we have a larger table that will hold 6 to 9 or so. How many people do you think you'd like to be able to see?
I think just 6.
Okay. We do also, while we're talking about that, have tables that will extend to 10 feet. So if you have a large family at Thanksgiving, Christmas time, or Sunday dinners, it can accommodate all those people. And that's something you might think about and tell your friends. Mm-hmm. So if you want 6 people, this would be a good size. Now I can show you the other size, but I think you'll like this size.
What about the color? That's awful light.
Okay, we have 2 colors. All of our tables and chairs come in a darker finish and this lighter color. Now, darker's over here. Which do you like the best?
I think the light.
This is a popular color, it really is. Well, you like this table. We've established that you like those chairs. You like 4 side chairs and 2 armchairs. You want to take those home today?
I need to think about it. What do you have as far as financing?
Okay, we have a good financing plan. We have 90 days, same as cash, no interest for 90 days. And on that plan, you pay nothing until the 90th day or before. and then you have it free for 9 days. It's super. Using somebody else's money while you save yours and earn interest on yours.
Is that all you have available?
No, we have 12 through 36 months also, which our clientele usually is going within 90 days. It's an easy plan to deal with, and it's a good plan. You think that's what you'd like to do?
What about layaway?
Layaway's available. Our layaway freezes our sale prices for 4 months. It's important because we are having a sale right now. The sale is scheduled to end this week, and no matter what the price is when you come in to pick it up, it's the same price as it is today. Now, if you want it now and you want to get it, the 90 days will act virtually the same as your layaway, but you get to take it all home now. We can deliver that out for you tomorrow.
Do you carry the 90 days yourself?
No, we don't do that. It's done with a separate company. You'll fill an application?
I think so.
Great. Finished with the application?
Yes.
Okay, great. Hey, you've done a very good job on that.
By the way, what type of warranty does the table cover?
Okay, our tables are warranted for 1 year. It covers cracks and splits and any problems with the table that's not your fault, it's the table's fault.
And who covers that?
Okay, we cover the warranty. If you have a problem, you just bring it all back here, we'll switch it out, no hassle to you, and we'll send it back. Now, it is a factory-backed warranty, so it's not just something we dreamed up. The factory offers this warranty. It is a factory warranty, but we service it so you don't have to ship it back to the factory. You just bring it back here and we'll take care of it. Makes it a lot easier on you.
What if you delivered it?
If we delivered it, we'll come get it.
Great.
Also, now I see you've done this and everything looks really good on this application. I was thinking, since you're going to be using the financing, did you see our china cabinets? We have quite a few china cabinets.
No, I didn't notice.
Oh, great. These are all different sizes. We can pick one out for you and put it on this, and then if there's a problem, maybe your car breaks down and you can't pay it off in 90 days, you can always take this over 12 through 36 months. So you can get this china cabinet, it's a perfect match to your table, and then have it all right now. You want to do that?
I think I'll bring my wife back in and let her look at the chinas.
Take her home and surprise it with it. That'd be a nice surprise. She knows you're getting the table and chairs. Bring her something nice home, something else.
I'll think about it.
No, let's do it now. Come on. This would be a good size. Don't you like this size? I mean, would it fit? 5 feet wide? Think it'd fit?
Possibly.
Okay. Tell you what, let's put it down on this application. Then we'll send it through and process it at this amount. And if you come back and she might want this nicer one over here, you never know what wives are going to do. And it's no problem to bump up a little more, and then she can pick out the one she likes. Sound like a good idea?
Let's give that a try.
Okay, great.
When you do a table demonstration, it's kind of like doing a roll-top desk. The key is getting the customer involved in the thing. And we always keep a table like this so that you can see how they're made and you can show off how they're made. Start from top and go to bottom and you'll never miss a feature. You got a bar top lacquer on this table, and that means you can use the thing every day. You don't have to worry about little rings, water spots, and things like that. It's a solid oak top. It's 1 inch thick. It's got little metal clip locks here and little latches. You can see those. They're on the leaf here too. Point them out on the leaf. And then notice that it's got a skirt on the leaf. A lot of times you see a table, no skirt on the leaf. And this makes the thing look good when it's all put together. The table's sealed underneath so moisture won't get in, the table doesn't warp or crack or something like that. Now this is called a rack and pinion equalizer. What it does is it keeps the table from binding up. So one person can stand there and work the table back and forth. It's nice and smooth and even. And this table is 48 inches when it's closed. It's a good size for 4 people. Pull it open. It's about that big with the leaf in it. You can seat 6 people around it. Now, the feet, you have a choice in feet. You can get a ball and claw foot. We have a plain foot that you can get. Actually, there's about 4 feet, and they cost different amounts. No matter which foot you get, it's got a little spinner in it, kind of like it's on the bottom of a refrigerator. So you can level the table, and the pedestal doesn't wobble back and forth. Now, you see how much I'm leaning on this table, I'm pushing on it, I'm opening and closing it. Do all these things. It gives a really solid presentation of the table. After that, say, now, we've got this table on special. This is the one you saw in our ad. We've got it on special with a couple different chairs. Let me show you how they're made. Take a chair. First thing you do is you flip it upside down. This chair's wedged and waxed together like a hammer handle. And this keeps the chair from falling apart. A lot of times you'll see a chair and they'll put a screw through the base there. If the screw comes loose, the chair gets loose. And that's why there's a 10-year warranty on these chairs. Now, all our products are made in America. This transfers quality, even though something like a little ice box or a coat rack. All the chairs have got a device like this. Either a brace along the back, the pattern back chairs have a little curved tension bar right there. What that does, when somebody leans back in the chair, it takes all the pressure out of the back, puts it in the chair. Again, we're getting really physical with the furniture. The customer doesn't go anywhere that they take the table apart and turn the chairs upside down. So we invite inspection of the furniture. And when you're doing a pattern back chair, grab the chair, show it to the customer. See how clean those lines are? If you see a chair from Taiwan, you won't see that. It'll be cockeyed, it won't be very clean, the stain won't be good. Nice, delicate looking chair. Have the customer sit in the chair and see which one's comfortable to them. Point out the tension bars, same wedged and waxed, and all the chairs have got a 10-year warranty. You need to qualify the customer. You like this pattern style chairs? Do you like these wingback style chairs? And they'll tell you. Then try to limit the choices to about 3 or 4. If you start showing off every chair you've got, you end up with too many choices and the customer becomes confused. You can't make a decision. If you make it 3 or 4, they can say, I don't want this one, I don't want that one, and that leaves this chair. This must be the one I like. Make sure that they know they come in light or dark, and there's your clothes again. Well, do you want this in light or dark? Do you want this delivered? Do you want to pick it up? Which china cabinet do you want? Don't forget to add those closes in. Try to pin the people down and just kind of feed them through that maze, get them settled on a chair, size of table, color, and shape of leg. Once they've made all those decisions, all you got to do is collect the money. One of the final things when you're collecting a sale, you're making a sale, do it in this order. Quote the price and collect the money. Then write the ticket. And lastly, deliver the product. If you get those steps out of order, you end up with a lot of voided tickets. You end up loading furniture that people can't pay for. Maybe the guy wants to put it on his Diners Club or something. We don't even take Diners Club. He doesn't know that until you tell him. So quote the price, write the ticket, and then deliver the product. These are all different pattern back chairs. They're basically the same thing. They're made in America and they've got a 10-year warranty. This is how they're made. You've got solid oak construction, little tension bars here. If you got teenage kids at home, they like to sit in the chairs. It takes all the pressure out of the back and puts it into the bottom of the chair. Get physical with that chair. Show them how strong it is. Then flip the chair over and show them. It's wedged and waxed on the bottom. This is like a hammer handle it's done. It keeps that back in there. A lot of times, if you see a Taiwan chair or a cheaper chair, it'll have a screw in it, and when the screw comes out, then the chair gets loose. You don't want that from your chair. The chair bottoms are lacquered, and that keeps the seat from getting moisture and cracking, stuff like that. These are excellent chairs. They all come light or dark. And you can get any chair with any table in our store, light or dark. So if they like this chair, you just put the two side by side and say, which one do you like best? The only difference is in style. You've got a wingback chair here. You got a hornback chair here. These two are single pattern. Over here you got a double pattern chair. Now these chairs range in price. This is a lower price chair than this. This is a lower price chair than this. And the idea a lot of the times is sell them the chair they want. This is with the group price. You want to sell as many group price chairs, tables and chairs as you can. If they like a little bit better chair though, don't hesitate to reinforce the choice that it's a good choice if they want to go to a double pattern. Again, you're playing with people's egos, and a lot of times this guy, he's got to have a little bit more expensive chair than his neighbor, so play into that. When you get ready to close, say, do you just need the 4 chairs, or would you like to get 4 and 2 arms? Or talk about the numbers that you've been talking about with. How many people do you need to seat? If it's 8, do you want all 8 arms or all 8 sides or some combination in between. There's no difference in the strength of these chairs. They all have the same warranty. They're all constructed the same. The only difference is in the style and what you want, the size of the chair. There's absolutely no difference in the quality of the construction or the strength. If they don't like these kind of chairs, show them the Windsor style chairs, and we'll talk about those now. These are 3 different Windsor style chairs. They're called Windsor style because they have this bowed back. Any chair you see that has a bowed back is a Windsor chair. Now they're made like all our other chairs. You flip them over, and they're sealed on the bottom to keep the moisture out. And the backs go all the way through the chair bottom, and they're wedged and waxed in. And this keeps the chair together. If you see a chair, look around, they've got screws in the bottom. When those screws come out, that's when the chair falls apart. That's why they put a 10-year warranty on these chairs. They are all made in America, and you've just got a difference in style. This is a little smaller chair. It's a nice kitchen style chair. This is a nice kitchen chair too. They've all got these back braces on them, and that keeps the chair together. Teenager or a father or just anybody rocks back in the chair, takes all the pressure out of the back, puts it into the chair bottom, and that's what keeps it together. Now a lot of times you'll have differences in the leg style and the pattern that's in the back here, differences in the way the arms are attached. All these things will give the customer a preference for which chair. All you really need to do is show them 1, 2, or 3 chairs, and when they start to tell you which one they like the best, you just kind of reinforce that. Yeah, this arm does make the chair a little bit more comfortable to sit in. Or, no, this chair does make this arm does make the chair a little more uncomfortable, so you might want to try this chair. These chairs, a lot of these chairs are in group prices. Sometimes they're not. If you get a chance, make sure you show the customer another chair, just a slightly more expensive chair. This chair is a little bit more expensive than this one. You've got to build a reason why. Maybe it's in the size of the back. Maybe it's because it has this flat piece here, double rungs on the bottom as opposed to a single rung. You've got to really look at these chairs, know what the different chairs are called, know why they're called that, and then you'll be able to make a good presentation on a chair.
In making the roll top presentation, the most important thing is to make sure the customer is wanting a roll top before spending the time making the presentation. Then the most important thing is determining the size to fit their needs. This is a 60-inch size. You may want to go to it and ask them if this would be a good size for them. We do have sizes smaller or larger. Once you've determined the size they need, we'll say they need the 60-inch, then you make the demonstration. Before making the demonstration, it is always best to have the customer sit down in an office chair, push them up to the desk, and then go over the features with them to get them involved, the touch and feel concept. When making the presentation, it's always best maybe to start with the top of the desk and work your way down. It's easier not to forget something that way. This, you would say, this is our 60-inch desk. It's a nice oak desk. It has the tumbler rolling down top, canvas backed. It does have a lock. When you shut the desk, it will lock. It will not only lock the top of the desk, it will automatically lock all the drawers also. On this particular one, it will lock all but the pencil tray drawer. This one you might note that it will allow them to get pencils and paper freely out of the desk with the desk being locked. Our desks all have several little compartments. You may want to point out they have the little brass so they can nameplate what's in each individual drawer. That's a good feature for them. That way they know where their items are at. This particular desk is what's called an S-roll, or a banker's curved desk. It has the wings that open, better for large ledgers, elbow room, or also letting light in. This particular desk there again has the mail slot in it. The mail slot will allow them, if the desk is closed, to take an envelope or incoming mail and just slide it into their desk without opening the top. We have the little pencil trays hidden in the desk. A nice little fun thing to say is that way you'll always know where a pencil's at if you never tell anyone in your family those are in there. We also have what is called the little brass grommets here, which will let the telephone wires, electric wires, go out of the desk. It's a pre-drilled hole. Makes it a little bit easier for the customer. This particular desk has a very large working surface. Here again it has the wooden track for the top to slide into, not a plastic liner. Once you've reviewed everything on the top of the desk, then you should go ahead and go to the bottom. Here again we have the dictation boards on both sides of all of our desks. All of our desks have what's called the dovetail construction on the drawers. Very well constructed, has the metal lock on the back. It's a good point to show the people that it is a metal locking system. Our desks there again have the dividers in the drawers. Getting the person involved is very important on the desk. There again, you may want them to shut the drawer once you've taken it back in. Then go to the file drawer. Our file drawers are set up for letter size where they can move the rods back and then go to legal. We have what's called the AccuRide guide system on the side. This allows them to fill the drawer up very full and it will still slide open and close very easy. It's very important to have them go ahead and shut this drawer also, getting them involved. Always tell the customer about the detail paneling on the back of the desk because it's very important. A lot of people may want to use this as a room divider, separating a dining room and living room, which is very popular in the homes today. Also in an office, it may want to stand out in the room, and with the paneled back, it is a very beautiful piece of furniture, and a lot of the competitors' desks do not have these features, so it's very important to point them out. Also, this desk will come apart in several different places. The top will lift off the desk, the side drawers will disassemble, and the back kick plate will come out. The desk will unassemble into 5 pieces, making it go in any room of the house or up the stairs much easier. You need to know your desk because the features are different on all desks. That's why you should qualify size before making the presentation. Once you've went over the features, you may say, well, this desk comes in light and dark. Which style would you like or color would you like? Once they've determined that, you should automatically go on and start talking about the office chair. Make the assumption they have already bought the desk. They're in the office chair. You might say, well, this is a pattern back style. Was that the type of chair you were interested in? Basically taking them away from the desk, assuming they have bought it, and then going on to another feature. This particular chair does have the supports on the side, which will allow them to kick back. It does have a rocking movement in the chair. We have the height adjustments in our chairs, swivel adjustments, and also we have the carpet wheels.
What brought you in today?
I saw your ad in the newspaper.
Really? Which newspaper ad? What caught your eye?
The roll-top desk.
Good, so you're into looking at desks?
You bet.
Great. This is one we have. You might come down here and sit down while I show you the desk. First off, the curtain has got canvas backing completely across. In this case, more is better because the more canvas you have going across, this is what's holding these pieces in. If you had little strips, they're going to wear out over a period of time. The whole back will not. So all your pieces are going to stay connected and moving very well. We might go ahead and close this, have you close it so you can see what the desk looks like closed.
Yeah. Beautiful desk.
Doesn't that slide nice too though? Now one thing to point out while we're here, when the desk is closed, the drawers are locked. You have to push them in before they lock, but they are all locked. And then, so no one can get into your desk. You have a locking center drawer, so if you want it all locked up, go right ahead, lock it, and take the key, put it on your key ring, and go. On the sides of the desk, we have a mail slot. So if you don't want to open it up, you just drop your bills right in the side, and we'll see that when you open the desk. Go ahead and open it back up. See these? Also for ventilation. Now, the very many pigeonholes in the top, which are the drawers and all. You might pull those open and see what you think. Would that be enough space for you for all your needs?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Another thing that's nice, the bottoms of the drawers, even these pigeonhole drawers, are grooved in. So no matter how much weight you get in here, the bottom is less likely to fall off. It's very nice, very important. A little nice feature, hidden pencil trays. The kiddies aren't going to be stealing all your pencils, and if they do, you've always got a couple in reserve. It's a big desk. Do you like the size?
What size is this?
This is a 60-inch desk. We have many styles, many sizes. They're all a little bit different in construction, but they're the same as far as how they're made and the quality of the make.
Seems to have a large writing surface.
Sure does. If you do a lot of writing, you need a lot of space. This is a good desk.
And what are these?
Those are brass-covered electrical access. You can put your telephone, a calculator, a desk lamp, anything that you need electricity for. You just run them right down through there. Let me pull one out for you. You have a large hole, and the cords just run down through here. So you don't have a hole down there after you plug it back up, run your cords down. It's a nice covering. So you can drop your curtain and not worry about cords running out the side, because then you couldn't lock the desk up.
What about these little holes here?
Those are also for electrical access, but it depends on how much cords you're going to need.
I see.
So does the top look good? You like the way that?
It sure is a pretty top.
Yeah. Now this particular desk has openings on either side, so it gives you a little more room. If you want to use it at the office for conferencing, you can do that, and people can get up to the side of your desk and use it. So it's nice for the home or the office, this one. Now the underside of the desk, the pedestal side, has two dictation slides, one on each side. It's very nice, a little more work area. Your center drawer, you might pull that out, has a built-in pencil tray and a felt lining. It's just a little more added niceness. Does that look all right for you?
Very nice.
Okay. Let me show you how the drawers are constructed. I'll just pull this out here and pull it all the way out. First off, the drawer fronts are dovetailed on, French dovetailing. Also the backs. A lot of times you'll find they don't do the backs, but this company does. The bottom of the drawer has been grooved in, so the weight of what you're putting in the drawer is not going to pop it off. Staples will pop right off. Also has some added reinforcement blocks, and they're glued. A little hook on the back is the locking system. And when we close the curtain and lock the drawers, that's where it catches.
Looks like the back is dovetailed also.
Oh, it is. Mm-hmm.
And what are these?
Those are your partitions. Let me get this back in. You can slide these around to wherever you like them. They also have a slight dovetail, the English dovetail. Get that in there. Well, but anyway.
And
this one will fit better. There we go. So you can put them wherever you like. The drawers fit nice and snug inside there. Now we also, on the bottom drawers, the filing drawers, it's a deep drawer. It's legal size and letter size. Right now it's at letter size. Just like you change the partitions in here, you'll move these back to be legal size. So if you want to use the office, legal papers, that's fine. Letter size in the office or home, it's also fine. You can have one side of each, because the other drawer is exactly the same.
For hanging folders then?
Yes, Penaflex rods for the hanging files. One other important thought, the depth of the drawer is a full depth drawer. This costs a little more, but they do it because if you ever had paper sticking outside when you try to close your drawer, it's not fun. So you eliminate that with a full depth drawer. Here you need to do that also, and it's done. You might close this drawer. See how nice it rolls? Isn't that roll good? It's a double extending Accurite glide system. It's very strong, very sturdy. Also, it'll carry all this weight, but it's very nice to open and close. Do you like that? Mm-hmm. Super.
That's on both drawers?
On both filing drawers. Also this desk, you can see on the inside here, and on the sides and the back, it has raised and beveled paneling. Some people say library paneling. It's just an added feature, a nicer look. So you could put this desk in any part of the room, and right in the middle of the room be a nice room divider. It's an elegant desk wherever you put it. Now, would you be using this at home or in the office?
In the office.
In the office? Are they going to pay for it for you?
Yeah, they sure are.
Well, that'd be great, because then you can get whatever you want, right?
That's my plan.
Okay. Well, do you like this one?
What size is this?
It's a 60-inch desk wide. It's 33 inches deep and approximately 54 inches tall.
Is this the only color that's available in it?
No, we have the darker color also.
I think I'd be more interested in the dark. The feature's basically the same.
It's exactly the same in the dark. The color doesn't change price or features. It's just the different stain they put on it. So you like the darker one?
I think so.
Did you see the filing cabinets we have that match? The exact
No,
match?
I haven't.
We have some of those right over there. They have the same Accurite glide systems. The filing drawers are the same as legal or letter size, 2, 3, or 4 drawers. Think that would be something you would use?
Yes, definitely.
Okay, 2, 3, or 4 drawer.
A 4-drawer.
Okay, great. You want 1 or 2 of those?
Just 1.
Okay. One thing I forgot to mention was the fact that these desks come apart. So what floor are you on in your office, Barrett?
9th floor.
9th floor. We can stick this in an elevator. Of course, take a couple of trips, but you might feel right here the desk is screwed together. You can take this desk completely apart, we'll stand it up in an elevator, take it up to the 9th floor, and bring all the pieces up, and then build it for you exactly where you want it. File cabinets are no problem, they're small enough to go anywhere. But the top comes off, each pedestal side comes off, your center drawer and the privacy cover both come away. So it comes in 6 pieces, 5 pieces.
It's a great idea.
So you can put it in any room you want, small doorways are no problem. So would you have them issue you a check? Would you write a check and then reimburse you?
No, they'd have to buy it.
Okay. When do you think they could do that?
I'll bring them in tomorrow.
Okay. Call them up. Tell them you found what you like. Get them down here. Do you have a purchasing agent or some type of?
Sure do.
Okay. Is he free, probably?
I'll give them a call.
Tell them you buy them lunch and have them pay for that too, and then have them come down and get your desk. How about a chair? We didn't
Definitely need a chair.
Okay. Do you like this chair?
Yeah, it looks like a nice chair.
Let me show you how these are made. First off, we have stretcher bars here. And what they serve as is stress of this chair. You're going to be leaning back in an office chair. It takes the weight off the back and puts it right into the seat. It's a stronger point of the chair. Now I'm going to turn this over just so you can see underneath. All the office chairs have been lacquered on the underneath side. They tilt back and forth, so you have a tension bar on the back. They also raise up and down by turning this bell, so you can have as high or as low as you want. And the office chairs carry a 10-year warranty. Very nice.
Great.
So you want to get this chair?
No, I think I need something a little smaller, a little larger than that.
A little larger. We do have many other office chairs. They're all constructed basically the same way and same warranty. I can show you those, no problem.
Great.
But we decided you do want this desk
Yes.
and that file cabinet.
Right.
And we'll give the guy a call and
Okay.
have him down here. And we'll show you some more chairs.
Sounds good.
All right.
Where's your phone?
Right there.
Okay, before you can sell a desk, you've got to become totally familiar with all the features on all the different desks. So go around in the store, look at them, find out what the differences are, and make sure you know what the sizes are. Even have warehouse people that take a desk apart so you can see, you know, the desk comes apart from here up, the file sides pull away, and that leaves you with the modesty panel. Now, when you're selling the desk, always make the customer sit in the chair. Just invite them. Say, sit down there. Let me show you how this desk is made. Have them pull the desk drawer out. Point out the dovetail drawers, the solid wood sides, and you've got full drawer depth. These you divide out so you can put your staplers in, things like that. You've got dictation trays right here. The bottom drawers in all the desks are file cabinets. You get full extension on the drawer. They hang legal or illegal files. Put a little humor in the desk. It's important that, you know, to make these people listen to you. Then start at the top of the desk. Start with the curtain. Okay, it's a canvas back curtain. Years ago, what they did was they put little metal bars in them. When the bars broke, you had to hire a guy to come out and fix the desk. The canvas eliminates that. Brass plugs are in almost all the desks, and those are so you can set your telephone or your calculator and run those cords down. You've got a nice, clean top. Now, the different cubby holes are arranged different ways. Pull one of those out and hand it to the customer. Show them it's got a wood bottom. It's grooved in there. These are made good. On most desks, they'll use a masonite or something on there, so it just kind of indicates the quality of the desk. You can even pull 2 or 3 of them out. On some of the desks, these little sections pull out. They can rearrange those cubby holes there, give them a little more personal touch to the desk. Room for files, things like that. All the desks have some beveled paneling on them. At least they're finished all the way around. Make sure you show the customer that this piece is beveled here, it's not on the other desk, on the less expensive desk. If it's got gull wings, open those up so they have more workspace on top of the desk. Some of the desks have carved handles. These are just things that make one desk more expensive than another. Now, the final thing is when in closing, there's a couple of ways you can do it. You can do it with size, say, well, is this the size you want? Is this the desk you want? Another is color. Every desk comes in light or dark. You can say, well, would you like this in light or dark? Would you like us to deliver it, or do you want to pick it up today? Do you want to take advantage of our 90-day same as cash and buy this today? Okay, now let's talk about office chairs. As soon as your customer has picked out the desk, they need to get an office chair. No one has got an office chair, so every time you sell a desk, just almost assume that you're going to sell an office chair. Ask them, did you see one of these office chairs that you really liked? If they don't, you've got to go to work. You've got to start showing off the different chairs. Start qualifying them, just like you do on a kitchen chair. Do you prefer these pattern back styles, or do you like one of these round backs? Then if they tell you which one, you just go from there. Would you like arms or a side chair? A lot of times on the bigger desk, armchair will get in and it won't on a smaller desk. If they're going to put it in their home, a lot of times they'll like a side office chair rather than an arm office chair. Then you have them sit down in it, make sure it's comfortable, let them know that the height is adjustable. You spin this little bell and that changes the height. You turn this little spring and that adjusts the spring. Point out the rollers. Those are good quality casters there. They're not just wheels. And they are solid oak chairs with 10-year warranty. And the customer should have no problem picking one out, and you'll deliver it when you deliver the desk.
The basic introduction to the store, when someone walks in the door, never ask the customer, may I help you or can I help you? Because at that time, if you do, if they say no, there's nothing you can do for them. They have told you, no, you cannot help me. You're left out in the cold. The things I like for you to say is, what brought you into our store? Newspaper? If they say, yeah, I saw your ad in the paper, say, what particular item in the newspaper ad did you see? If they say the entertainment center, you take them directly to the entertainment centers. If they say the roll top, table chairs, same thing. Go to the item, you know right away. You pre-qualified them on what they're looking for. If someone comes in, how'd you find out about us? They say radio. There again, you can use the same concept. What on the radio did you hear that made you want to come into our store? A lot of the customers, when you ask them that, they'll say, a friend of mine have been here. You can say, well, did they get something from us? If they say, yes, a table and chairs, you can say, well, is that what you were looking for? And they may say yes or no, we were looking for something else they said you had. That way you get to find out very quickly what they are interested in, take them to that item, and proceed in your qualification, demonstration of that particular item. Don't waste your time or theirs. On a busy Saturday, it's best to find out very quickly what they're looking for, help them find it, and help them leave. They'll appreciate this very much. We don't believe in small talk or very little small talk. Mainly find out what they're looking for, help them find it.
A customer coming through the door, just someone that you are picking up, a new customer, you might want to say, how are you today? Something like that, just an icebreaker. Are they looking for anything in particular? What brought them in? Did friends of theirs have our furniture? Did a friend send them in? Maybe a relative? If so, what do they have in their house? Do they have oak furniture in their house? Is what they have in their house going to match or go well with our furniture? Just basically breaking the ice and seeing who or what brought them in, what they're looking for, how often they buy new furniture would be a good thing. If they've heard by word of mouth or by newspaper, or maybe seen our displays in the fair or a home show or something of that nature, maybe a magazine. Find out as much as you can about what brought them in. Then you'll know more about what they want to spend, what they want to buy, because people are always not going to tell you exactly what they want. So we try to get into their head as much as possible.
Qualification. Always qualify your buyer before making a presentation. Find out if they're looking for a table and chairs, a roll-top desk, entertainment center. Don't waste your time or their time. During your qualification, you'll normally find out who is the buyer, the male or the female. Generally, if it's a table, chairs, china cabinet, it'll be the female. You'll need to give most of your presentation time and effort toward her. If it's a roll-top desk, it's likely to be the male. Spend more time with him, have him sit down, have him get involved, or the table and chairs, have her get involved. Know your product. Once you've qualified what they want, take them to it, give them an excellent demonstration, and then qualify them on, is this the size, style, color they need. Always give the customer a choice. Light stain, dark stain, 54-inch roll top, 60-inch roll top, smaller or larger on the table, chairs, china cabinets, same thing. We have them small, we have them large. Always give them a choice. How much money do they want to spend? That's a good qualification. Take them to a roll-top desk that's $7.99, $17.99. You'll finally determine how much money they can afford. What are they wanting to spend on your product? What do they have? Then go into financing. Find out whether or not they want to finance this. Is this cash out of their pocket? Normally, if they're wanting to pay cash but they like something nicer, you can close them on the fact that, well, if you wanted the $19.99 instead of the $9.99, give me the $1,000 cash and we'll finance the other $1,000 up to 3 years. Or if you want a table and 6 chairs but can only afford a table and 4 chairs now, buy the table and chairs, put the other 2 chairs in layaway, or put the china cabinet in layaway. Give them some options, tell them about our financing and layaway. Presentation. When you present your furniture, make sure your customer knows how the furniture works, how the table opens and closes, how the drawers open and close on the roll top. Always have the customer getting involved. Have them sit at the roll top, close the doors, pull down the top. Have them sit at the table, put their arms up on it, shut or open the table. Have them touch and feel as much as you possibly can. Get them involved with the product. Always go over the warranty benefits of our products. We have an excellent warranty system, 10 years on the chairs, 1 year on everything else, the solid oak. Just the value of the furniture is always good to let people know about in your presentation. Once you've found an item that you think your customer wants, then at that time you might try to find out how they would like to pay for it, whether it would be check, layaway, financing. This is a good time to note that we have the 90-day same as cash, we have financing up to 3 years, or the layaway, which goes 120 days, no interest, no carrying charge. If they want to extend over that, they sure can. Basically, what you want to try to do is get the sale, stop them from shopping, and make the commitment at your store. With the 90-day same as cash is an excellent close. Most people will use this. There is no interest involved. They can use, basically, they think, our money for 90 days and take the product home with them. Closing. The definition of closing is helping people make the decision for what they are looking for, what is good for them. Do they need to seat 4 people, 8 people, 10 people? Do they need a roll top that'll fit on a 60-inch wall? Do they have room for a china cabinet? Once you've determined this, go on, listen to positive signals from them. When you see them looking at something, use a test close. Ask them a question, see if that is really what they're looking for. Understand what their needs are. Listen to your customer, watch their eyes, watch their movements throughout the store. You'll determine what they're looking for by watching them and seeing what they look at more than once. Be confident in your product. Radiate enthusiasm. Be very sure of it. Know what you're talking about. Get them involved. Get them enthused, and the product will sell much easier. Pause after each closing question. After making a statement, like, would you like light or dark? stand back. Let them make the decision. Once they say light or dark, you'll just assume that is what they want, and you can go on with another clothes. What size would you like? Once they say 42 or 48, you'll feel like that's what they're looking for. Write it down and go on to your next question. Longevity of the furniture. Talk about how long it will last, the 10-year warranties. It'll last them the rest of their life. It's an excellent product for an excellent value. Always bring these points out.
On financing, we have 9 days same as cash and 12 through 36 months of standard financing. Each city is going to be a little different, but basically that's the way it goes. You know, the customer will have 90 days to pay the merchandise off without interest, or they can take it for a longer period of time. And that's just what you're going to need to know as selling to the customer. And when you're in a sales presentation and you feel like your customers are getting ready to buy, but they're a little squirmish on the money, certainly use the 90 days same as cash close. Something like, well, now we've decided what you like, and we have 90 days same as cash available. Would you like to fill out an application? And you used to take advantage of that. Whereas a test close, you might say, well, did you see that we had 90 days same as cash? Most customers will say yes or no. If they say yes, we saw that we did and we were going to use that. If no, they didn't, then you might go into a second and explain what we have available, and then they can make a decision on buying as far as your finance programs.
Would you ask them if they wanted to write you a check before you'd mention financing?
Most times, yeah, I would. I would definitely go for a cash close. If they didn't want to give you a cash close, then a MasterCard Visa close. Do you have room on your MasterCard for this? Or first off, would you like to write a check? If they say no, say, oh, how about cash? We still take cash. And if they say no, say, well, how about your Visa MasterCard? You got room on that? You know, it's 30 days, you won't have to pay interest there. No, well, we have our 90 days, it's the same as cash available. You're going to get a yes most times out of that. If they want the merchandise, that's a good close, because especially if they want it, then that's an easy way for them to buy. If they're not sure they want it, then you can say, well, we have 90 days same as cash available. You won't have to pay a dime until 9 days from today. That, I mean, people can't pass that up.
Isn't that different in different cities?
Yeah, it will, but most times that's the way we'll have it set up, I'm sure. Now, you can tell them if it's a lot of money, you know it's a lot of money. Say, Mr. Customer, you're looking at a lot of things here. You know, I know we discussed the 90 days same as cash. I'm sure you probably can pay it off if you want to in 90 days, but we have the 36 months available too. You can pay that off early with no penalties too. So you can get into a bigger close. If you're looking at $3,500 now, you might get $4,500 out of them if they know that you have 36 months, where if they only thought you had 90 days, they might stick with $2,000, $3,000. So it's a good thing to remind them of everything you have. But definitely do go for a cash close and MasterCard close, and then a finance close, and then a layaway close. And layaway, you just tell them that it freezes your sale price for 120 days, and they have to make no payments in between. They can take their down payment now and pay it off in 2 months, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, however long they want to. They can finance it out of layaway. They can MasterCard it out of layaway, just however you want to do it.
Can we only go 120 days on the layaway, or are we really stern about that?
No, we're not that strict. And you can let them know if that's really a problem with them. Let them know. Say, if you want to take it over 5 months, just let us know. It's no problem. You know, we just basically want to make sure you're still interested. It's no problem. We'll fluctuate any way they want to go, pretty much.
Do we hold the merchandise until they're ready to take it?
Layaway we won't. And there's a very good reason for that. If you want to put this in layaway, that's fine. I'll freeze the sale price. But if I took this and put it in the back, for every layaway we had, that's a lot of money tied up that could be sold. The layaway card states that we will order, if not in stock, at the time the purchase is completed. They sign the ticket, they sign that piece of paper saying that. They should always read it, and it's no big problem.
They should always sign it?
Yes. And it's really no problem, because people understand that. They're talking about a lot of furniture, a lot of money, and usually what I think is usually done, you tell them to give you 2 weeks notice. And then you can try to have it down. Maybe another store has it. You just sold yours, and this guy called and he says, I'm coming down to get my desk in 2 weeks. Well, then you can call another store if you don't have one and see if they do, and get it a little sooner. And tell them at the time, say, well, right now I don't have your desk, but I'll have it here as soon as possible. And they understand. They do.
Do we use the layaway basically for special ordering?
On certain special order items like a sofa, which you can put it in layaway and get it ordered and then pay the balance when it gets here. Best thing to do is have them pay in full on any special order, and it works out a whole lot better. It usually is a little quicker for the customer if it's paid in full before the special order. So either way you want to do it, talk with your manager and figure it out. He'll know. Also, layaway is really good. Of course, our sales in Saturdays or Sundays in the Christmas season, and you take someone and he's in on a Saturday afternoon, and it's 4 o'clock, and he's pretty hot for it, but he just can't make up his mind. Hey, listen, sell in 2 hours. You can put that in layaway, or we can take care of cash, MasterCard, or financing right now, or you can put it in layaway and save yourself price, and then not worry about it being $200, $300, or even $1,000 more when you come back Monday.
What about on Saturday if they fill out an application? Does that also freeze the price?
That does, yes it does. It'll freeze the price until the application's approved. If it's a TD, you call them and let them know, a TD being a turn down, you let them know that, or when they call back, you let them know that. And also let them know that, well, we still have layaway available. You could go to your credit union, your bank, a friend, get the money, and come down. We'll still give you the same sale price. Don't take too long. And just let them know.
How long does it normally take for financing?
So also is going to vary in the cities, usually a day, sometimes a couple hours, sometimes 2 days. Depends on how far they have to dig. Usually, with the clientele that we deal with, is pretty quick. The people are pretty stable.
Is there limits on financing as far as dollars?
Nope. If you want to sell them $10,000, go for it. They can finance that. You're probably going to have to clear that with the branch manager of the finance company you use, but it's still, he's not going to turn down that much money, and we certainly aren't. There's different ways. You work all this out with your store manager. But use your finance clauses. We have it available. Would you like to fill out an application? How many months would you like to finance that for? You want to start your 9 days today. You can start today. We have instant credit available. We can take care of all this paperwork today.
Probably the toughest objection that you'll ever get is the guy that wants a better deal, a lower price than what you've already got. This guy's the most fun because he's a sure sale. He's got the money. He's just trying to see how much of it he can keep versus how much you can. So it becomes a game, and this is where you find out whether you're really worth it, how tough you really are. Basically, in our stores, you just say no. This is the best furniture you can possibly buy, and we keep it priced right. It's on sale now. If you want to wait till it's off sale and come back, it'll probably cost you more money, but if you take it right now, we can go ahead and deliver it for you tomorrow. And this is the price right here. Don't be afraid to let them walk. A lot of times they'll see the particle board that they can buy in other stores, the imported chairs, the Taiwan chairs, and they'll be back. If they really want the furniture, they'll be back and they'll pay the price. Now, don't be afraid. Find the guy you really like. Don't be afraid to give him a bottle of beeswax. Maybe do something a little special that you don't do for everybody. This guy is not going to buy unless he gets special treatment. Find something that you can do rather than free delivery, rather than knock $100 off the price or something like that. A lot of times, all they want to know is that you're just working a little bit harder for the sale than you do on someone who comes in, you hit them on the head with a pipe, and they buy the stuff.
But in an average year, players in high school, college,